Good afternoon, guys. Now, discussion A, the title, we're obsessed with living longer, but what about living better? And so we'll dig into that for A. So please join me for today's presentation A. Here we go. We're obsessed with living longer, but what about living better? Challenges cultural fixation on lifespan as the ultimate metric of success. It calls out the way modern society pours money, attention, and anxiety into anti aging regimens, LED masks, supplements, retreats, genetic promises, while neglecting the quieter, less glamorous foundations of a life that feels meaningful. The surrounding article argues that the true drivers of well being are not technological hacks or cosmetic interventions, but connection, community, purpose, and emotional nourishment. In other words, longevity without quality is an empty victory. How the page supports that reading. Aging anxiety as the entry points. The author's moment of not recognizing a friend and then scrutinizing her own graying roots captures how aging triggers self surveillance and insecurity. It's a relatable scene that exposes how easy we slip into fear driven attempts to fix aging rather than understand it. The personal anecdote becomes a micro microcosm of a broader cultural unease. Longevity as a marked aspiration. The Sardinia retreat ad illustrates how the wellness industry packages longevity as a purchasable lifestyle. The imagery, sunlit tables, communal meals, wine, laughter, sells the feeling of connection, even though many people scroll Instagram are experiencing the opposite. Isolation, over over stimulation, and disconnection. The article uses this contrast to show how the market exploits our longing to belonging or for belonging. Blue zones as a misunderstood model. The page explains that Sardinia's longevity isn't rooted in secret supplements or elite retreats. It's grounded in slow living, natural movement, and interdependence and multi generational community rhythms. Patterns that evolved originally over centuries. The headlines question echoes this. We chase the appearance of longevity while ignoring the everyday social structures that actually sustain it. Loneliness as the real treat. Loneliness as the real treat. The shift to the younger woman story of chronic loneliness frames the conversation. The crisis isn't just aging, it's disconnection. E- Even someone who is successful, healthy, partnered, and outwardly thriving can feel profoundly alone. The data cited on rising loneliness, especially among younger women, underscores that social isolation is a major barrier to living well, regardless of age. Key themes and implications. Longevity without connection is hollow. Adding years means little if those years are marked by loneliness, stress, or superficial relationships. The article suggests that emotional and social well being are not extras, they are the core of a good life. Modern life undermines the very conditions that support well-being. Busyness, digital and distraction, and fragmented social networks erode the communal rhythms that define blue zone living. We've engineered convenience but lost interdependence. Well being is relational, not individualistic. The most powerful longevity factors, belonging, purpose, shared routines, are collective. They require cultural norms, community design, and social infrastructure, not just personal discipline. The wellness industry sells the uh, illusion of community retreats and products, promise vitality and connection, but they rarely address the structural loneliness people return to afterward. The gap between marketed well being and lived experience is a central tension in the article. A policy, a policy and design challenge. If so, if society took living better seriously, priorities would shift toward walkable neighborhoods, public gathering spaces, community programs, and work cultures that leave room for relationships. The article implicitly argues that well being is not a public good, not a private purchase. Short practical takeaways. Prioritize real relationships. Meaningful social ties are among the strongest predictors of long, healthy life. Focus on daily rhythms, not exotic solutions. Shared meals, natural movement, and slower pace matter more than gadgets or retreats. Redefine success. Aim for belonging, joy, and emotional safety rather than simply accumulating years. Treat loneliness as a health issue. It affects well being as profoundly as diet, sleep, or exercise. If you're shaping this into a presentation or educational piece, would you like a distilled set of living better principles that translate these themes into practical guidance for caregivers, communities, or the public? Okay, guys, now here's the second part of A for today. While advancements in medicine have increased life expectancy, the focus on living longer often overshadows the need the need for improving the quality of life or health span as we age. The longevity obsession. In recent years, there has been a significant societal focus on increasing life expectancy, with the average lifespan in the US now reaching approximately 77.5 years. However, simply living longer does not equate to living better. Many individuals face chronic illnesses, cognitive decline, and financial strains in their later years, raising questions about the quality of those additional years. Yale University, health span versus lifespan. The concept of health span, the period of life spent in good health, has gained attention as a crucial as a critical measure of well-being. Research indicates that while many people live, while we may live longer, our health span has not kept pace, leading to a growing gap between lifespan and health span. This 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 disparity highlights the importance of not just extending life, but ensuring that those years are lived with mental sharpness, physical independence, and emotional well being. Strategies for living better. Experts suggest several strategies to enhance health span, including physical activity. Regular exercise is linked to improved physical function and cognitive health, reducing the risk of mobility, disability, and other age related issues. Health, healthy life choices, adopting a balanced diet, managing stress, and ensuring adequate sleep are are crucial for healthy maintaining healthy as we age. Social connection, maintaining strong social ties can contribute to emotional well-being and overall life satisfaction. Societal implications. The shift towards longer life expectancy presents challenges for families, healthcare systems, as retirement periods extend, often lasting 20 to 30 years. The burden of caregiving and financial strain on families increases. This situation uh, necessitates a revolution of societal structures to support aging populations effectively. Conclusion. The conclusion with the obsession with uh, living longer must be balanced with a commitment to living better by focusing on health span and implementing strategies to enhance quality of life. Society can ensure that additional years are not just added to life but are filled with vitality and purpose as we navigate this complex landscape. It is essential to prioritize well being alongside longevity to create a more fulfilling aging experience for all. Okay, guys, that is A for you. I will be back on with B shortly. Give me a bit to put that together for you, and I'll be back on with that. For now, Gator Wellness, take care, folks.